My name is Rob Grimm. I am a commercial photographer and I specialize in food, beverage, and product photography. I started out as a product photographer. I was working in another photo studio. That's where I apprenticed, and that was here in St. Louis, where I really kind of was full-time at one studio and had a chance to dig in and really apprentice at one place. And coming up through them and being able to be introduced to their clients, that's when I got my first taste, if you will, of food photography. The overall goal in effective food photography is to evoke appetite appeal in the viewer. Food is one of the most photographed objects. Go down a grocery aisle, you'll see thousands and thousands and thousands of images. We're selling food, so we have to make them feel hungry. You instantly have to go, oh, I want that, that looks good. So I think one of the greatest things that a food photographer can do outside of having their equipment is understand that they have to evoke emotion in their viewer, so they need to pick up some tools and some props and some techniques that are going to convey that to their audience. Almost every art buyer, art director, they almost all comment that, wow, his stuff is bold and graphic. At the same time, it gives it appetite appeal. It really kind of makes people want to draw into it. So I think what I've been able to do in my approach to the food is kind of boil it down to a simplicity that really makes the food heroic. My culinary skills have gotten a lot better since I've been shooting food photography, and I've had an opportunity to be around some incredible chefs and some incredible food stylists who have mad skills when it comes to working with food. So I've just always loved cooking. I love being in the kitchen. My approach, could that be called obsessive? Yeah, absolutely. I'm definitely a perfectionist. I guess I'm a little bit in tune with the details, can you say? I would absolutely describe myself as a businessman and an artist. When I went off to college, I went into the business school, and I spent a little time in the business school before actually shifting gears and going to get my BFA. So I did spend time kind of understanding the foundations of business, and without question, that has helped me maintain presence in this market. I got into teaching recently. I've always done lecturing. I've always had students come through the studio for, I don't know, 15 years. They bring a class through. I sit down with them for a couple hours and talk to them about what I do, how I do it, how you can actually be a professional artist. And I've always wanted to kind of share that. So just in the last couple of years, I've started to change what I was doing in terms of just lecturing to students and going out and actually doing workshops and working on a much broader educational platform. My dad was an artist and an art teacher. He was a ceramicist, a jewelry maker, a photographer. I mean, growing up with him was amazing. In fact, some of my earliest memories, which are some of my most formative memories, I was probably 5 years old, sitting on my dad's lap at the potter's wheel. And he's running the pedal on the potter's wheel, had one hand around my waist and the other helping me make a pot. It was very cool, great way to grow up. I have never met a student of his, former student of his, who didn't say that my father had a huge impact on them personally. And he had thousands of students. That's really a rewarding thing to hear about your father. And I think that just coming from a line of teachers, I have had a grandmother that was a teacher, a great-grandfather that was a teacher, a father. There's a lineage of education in my family. So now I've got the bug. And I very much feel my father kind of channeling through me, and I love it.